there's a lot of myths and misconceptions out there regarding what people need post-workout, or even pre-workout for that matter. One of the popular brands on the market actually is surprisingly designed the exact opposite of what we want to have happen, where you're looking at a product, from a protein and fat standpoint, you get plenty of that, but very minimum carbohydrate in there and too high a fat to really maximize the benefits of insulin. Versus our Apex workout shake is designed to really create a favorable environment post-workout. You'll even see, oh my gosh, it has 36 grams of carbohydrate, 32 grams of sugar. Whenever you look at the role of insulin as it relates to maximizing post-workout recovery, we want to have blood sugar rise, and we want to have insulin rise to meet it. And right in that moment, we cram the sugar that we utilize during the workout, the muscle glycogen stores that we use for energy during the workout, we cram that sugar back into the cells. So what that then does is spares the protein to do its job, the protein in the product, to do its job and start the repair and recovery process. We're able to elicit this type of insulin response because the workout shake has low fat, versus the leading brand, you're basically blunting this process with all of the fat content in it, so you effectively have this. The other major benefit of insulin post-workout is you stop cortisol in its tracks. Cortisol is a natural hormone, it's a very good thing, but it actually keeps us broken down, and insulin stops that immediately. So what happens is you create a favorable testosterone to cortisol ratio, even for female exercisers. So as we start out, we've got a favorable testosterone to cortisol ratio. And as we stress our bodies through the workout, and if we don't properly replete our body post-workout, we have an unfavorable ratio. The release of insulin creates a favorable relationship right away. And additionally, what research has found is that whenever you add a carbohydrate to a post-workout protein drink, it's found that it's 38% more effective than a traditional protein drink. And as we've talked about earlier, just straight protein post-workout, the body's got to go through processes to replete and take that protein, break it, convert it into a carbohydrate, and replete your sugar stores prior to using the protein to do its job on repair and recovery. So that's what makes the workout shake infinitely better than any of the leading brands. All right, now we're going to talk about the ideal meal timing or nutrient timing pre and post workout. So one of the things to consider that whenever anybody exercises, right, they're taxing their bodies and stressing their bodies beyond what's normal, right? So ultimately what we want to do is we want to capitalize on what's called the metabolic window up to 120 minutes post-workout. You can imagine a window starting to close from the time the workout's ended to the time we sort of miss that opportunity to capture that. So anytime from the time they stop, in the first 30 to 60 minutes, that is when the body is craving nutrient repletion. Carbohydrates to proteins to obviously vitamins and minerals. Really start the repair and recovery process. Once you get beyond 120 minutes, you've missed that opportunity for capitalizing on that workout, and you don't get that back. So pre-workout, we want to really sort of prime the pump, if you will. Get energy into the system so you can maximize the workout from start to finish. So if I can get someone 5% or 10% greater performance during the workout, what sort of response is their body going to have on the back end of that from a repair and recovery standpoint, right? So what we're going to do is in the 2 to 3 hours prior to the workout, we're going to give them whole food. And then 10 to 30 minutes before, we want to give them something with 20 to 40 grams of carbohydrate. So imagine that's like turning on a light switch. 20 to 40 grams of carbohydrate, could be in a fruit juice, could be in a meal replacement drink pre-workout. Then what you've got post-workout, immediately following, is an essential amino acid blend. Apex makes what's called anabolic amino extreme that allows you to basically take an amino acid blend and match that up with the tissue that was broken down during the workout. It has an affinity for the tissue that was broken down during the workout. So, and that sits in the extracellular space and in and of itself stimulates protein synthesis. And then 20 to 40 minutes later, we're going to give you 30 to 50 grams of carbohydrate, like in the Apex workout shake. We're going to elicit an insulin response. We're going to blunt cortisol. We're going to create a favorable testosterone to cortisol ratio and maximize the repair and recovery process. And then after that, 2 to 3 hours, or 1 to 3 hours after that, then you eat another whole food meal. So you can imagine this from the time you had your food meal 2 to 3 hours before, the time you have your last food meal, like 4 or 5 hour window, in addition to breakfast. This is the most important time during the day to maximize the results and all the effort that you're putting into the gym. And if you do that, these are the areas that research shows that you maximize. Maximize glucose uptake, glycogen storage, protein synthesis, right? Net protein balance. Obviously muscle mass ties into that. So capitalizing on the metabolic window with the right things pre and post workout will elicit greater and greater results as you move forward in your program.